Previously in the anime, Sensei and others found out that Tama was the princess of the Beastmen nation, and her father let Sensei and others go only when Tama promised him to stay at home. Tama looked sad, and outside at a diner, the waitress there used to be Tama's maid in the past, and she told them that Tama lost her mother and twin brother in an accident. So Tama tried hard to take the place of his brother, but her father always ignored her decision because he just wants Tama to act like a girl. But then, another worlder attacked the royal castle and threatened to eat all the citizens. He had captured the king, so Sensei, Near, and Annette decided to go rescue Tama's father because the other worlder was after Tama. But Tama didn't listen to anyone and arrived herself to save her dad. But their Sensei and others also arrived at the castle, but instead of reaching to the other worlder, Sensei guided them to a room. It just felt bad for breaking into Queen's room and touching her stuff, but Sensei sugar-coated Near and made him open up a drawer to get a book from it. Meanwhile, Kaibara was beating the lights out of Tama with the same skill Tama's father used. She remembers how Leon used to work hard even though he didn't like fighting. He practiced every day to protect everyone he cares for, which is why she stood up knowing that Leon would never give up if he would have been here. Kaibara was amused seeing her struggle and was filled with joy. Kaibara was a rich prick born with a silver spoon in his mouth, so he never knew struggle or joy and felt emptier. Once he lashed out at a maid with a fork and his parents took care of it with money, so he felt like a caged bird and miserable. So he left his den and while roaming outside Truck Koen came to meet him and sent him to this world. Here he got the ability to eat anything so he lost himself in that feeling and Sensei arrived on time before he could eat Tama. Those fanged beasts of Kaibara refused to move an inch and Kaibara himself felt it in his instincts to not eat this man. There Annette comes and told Sensei to use his storyteller skill to send Kaibara back to his world, but Sensei refused. Because he doesn't want to write anything about a sorry excuse of a man like Kaibara. It ticked him off and Kaibara unleashed the thunder in the area. Tama felt lost because she was weak. And Sensei gave her the book, and the pages of it had Tama's story. She was kind so she always suppressed her feelings, and as a result, she followed her father's words to become an idol princess. But when her brother and mother died, she tried to take Leon's place, but her feelings weren't understood. Tama's mother had told her once that she should live her life as she sees fit. As for her father, she'll take care of him, so now it's up to Tama to choose which path she'll take. And Tama chose her life not to be bound by shackles and that awakens divine beast's power. Tama could have awakened it long ago, but she refused to tell her father because he never liked Tama learning martial arts. And now Tama's father realized his own mistake, but Kaibara was confident he could still eat Tama and Sensei told him good luck for that. Their Tama used just one attack to beat Kaibara with the divine beast's power, but then Kaibara turned himself into a monster and recalled. He did eat the flesh of the Demon King after his team killed him, and this must be that power. But his head went off flying in a flash as the Demon Lord's daughter killed him to exact revenge for her father. She was extremely dangerous. But Sensei asked her if she felt nice after getting revenge, and she goes off without answering. But then again, Tama and others were safe, so now it was time for our group to move out. And King told Tama to follow her own path and return back home. So Tama thanked him and promised that she would become more powerful when she returns and caught up to Sensei and others. Then as they continued their journey, they arrived at the World Tree where Zogberg Town was located, but there a casino was opened and the adventurers were going crazy having fun here. But the main problem for Sensei was that his poison pills had run out, so he started to eat stones. Then Annette goes to meet the mayor regarding this casino. This town was a peaceful town and citizens lived quietly with the blessings of the World Tree. But months ago, other worlders came and built the casino, disrupting their peaceful lifestyle. As a result, even the World Tree is slowly dying, so he asked for help. There a warrior-looking guy showed up and heard everything. He decided to save this town. Yamada was one of the other worlders, but unlike others, he fights for peace, and between all of this, Sensei took off on his own because his health was improving. He found a bunch of dudes were drowning by smoking World Tree leaves, but a girl found him here and asked Sensei to follow her. She took him to a pub she runs just besides the casino. Sensei was a suicide lover, so to make him feel better, the girl decided to dance for him. She then started her performance special and only for Sensei, and Sensei closely observed her dance. And in the meantime, Annette was crying the rivers out after losing sight of Sensei, and suddenly he arrived in the arms of that girl. Her name was Ash. And the mayor had told her not to come near the village. She knew their pact and left. And only after that mayor told them she's regarded as a witch. Because Esh gained the favor of otherworlders and built a pub beside the casino and sided with otherworlders, her history itself is a mystery, and now she earns money from dancing and alcohol. Then the next day, Sensei again went to the pub to meet Esh, so Esh prayed to the World Tree for Sensei. It's a legend passed down that whenever the World Tree spirit descends, it grants the wishes of the sick and weak, and Sensei knew she herself was in pain as he observed how sad she looked while dancing. There the other worlder came in to drink and decided to draw the villagers to the casino to make them addicted, and Esh reminds him that he promised not to touch the townsfolk, and in return Esh had paid him protection money to leave townsfolk alone. But now he's gonna go back on his words and ordered his minion to kidnap a few and make them smoke the leaf of the World Tree. Sensei told her she's not a witch but an angel. And there with a loud noise everyone saw the destruction of the casino as Annette and others did a number on it. Then Yamada took care of all the other worlders to complete the job. And Esh thanked Yamada for saving the town, but the townspeople saw Esh and got blasted at her, so Yamada tried to stop them and said Esh regrets her decision. But they started throwing rocks at her and cursed her, so Sensei stepped in and reveals that she's the one who fought all alone to save them as much as she could from those other worlders. But no one believed him and Esh then thanked Sensei and left to go on her own way. Townspeople were happy that the witch left and Yamada couldn't believe he was wrong, but one thing was certain. These morons willingly let go of its own protector, so when Sensei and others also left, the mayor asked Yamada to stay here protect the town. He's planning to sell out World Tree leaves like other worlders to make profits, so he'll pay him from that, and right then, Yamada realized what he had done. And as Sensei and others were on their way, the World Tree withered away, which is precisely what these villagers deserved, and only Sensei saw the World Tree spirit was Esh herself. And she thanked him for understanding her. This is what reality is, and unlike other anime, this anime showed the reality that the world can be cruel sometimes, to their own savior. And right there are 2 episodes of the anime ends, but stay tuned to watch its next episode on my channel. Until then, subscribe the channel to never miss out on any of the updates, so take care.